Hey guys, today I am filming my monthly makeup ranking for August. This is going to be a long video. I have 25 products to rank for you, which is a lot. So let's get into it. There are a lot of things I love, a lot of things that I just like, and then just a few things that I would consider to be fails, but not too many. This was a pretty good month. I have a lot more in the like okay category than I would want, but that's okay. Okay is better than fails. And I will be returning some of these products. I wanted to show them today. So my least favorite product that I tried this month would be the NYX Filler Instinct lipstick. I have Beach Casual, which is a light nude color. I thought these would have a little bit more color to them. They are very sheer, and they do have a bit of that like plumping sensation, not minty, like a little stingy. Not terrible though. I just didn't like this color on me. It's very slippy. It is sheer. I know a lot of people like this. I just don't. It's not god awful, but I just have no interest in using it. And then the other thing I would consider to be a fail would really be because of the colors. I had gotten the Jaclyn Cosmetics lip liner and Butter Pecan and the liquid lipstick in Get Real because her niece had tried that combo on TikTok and it looks so beautiful on her, and we have a similar skin tone. It looked terrible on me. The lip liner is too like warm brown and light, and then the liquid lipstick is just very pale peach, and it was not flattering whatsoever. I think the makeup look was okay, but I did not like that combo on me, and the liquid lipstick was pretty dry. So I don't think I will actually be trying any more colors. I initially thought I would, and I think I'm fine not. So it wasn't god awful formula wise. It was really, again, the color that I didn't love there. Then we have things that are just fine, and I kind of went lip product crazy when I did like Ulta 20% off haul, which I'll link for you guys, and there's a lot of things that I will be returning from there, and it's a bummer, but also I have plenty of lip products. So this first one is the Benefeit California Kissing Color Balm. I have the shade Nude Pink. I do not like this packaging. First off, I get that it's like cutesy and whatnot. It has like a light like floral scent, which I don't like. It actually is pretty pigmented. I feel like this has the pigment of a lipstick, not necessarily like the most full-on max coverage lipstick, but more opacity than the NYX. So it didn't really feel like a tinted balm to me, and it was just okay. The formula is fine, but I didn't love the color on me, and it was still pretty pricey because I only got it 20% off. So for those reasons, it was just okay, and I'd rather have my money back. Then would be the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip. I had the shade Watermelon. A while ago, just this color was on sale for $10, I think, which is half off, which is great. It's this really pretty bright pink color, and it looks kind of sheer, and then it's just like with time, the color intensifies a little bit more. It's very glossy, which I like. It looks pretty on the lips, but as this wears off, which it does wear off a little bit quickly, it does start to feel like a little sticky, which is annoying to me. But I think it looks pretty, and I have very lightly pigmented lips, so I can wear something like this and notice the color on me, but it's just so I don't see myself reaching for it a whole ton. Next, I have a palette that disappointed me, and I think I'm just done trying palettes from this brand, and that would be Ofra. This is the Good to Go palette that was in a boxy charm, and this comes with 3 mattes, 3 shimmers, a blush, bronzer, and highlight. The highlight is full size. It's the color All the Lights, which you can buy individually. This matte shade has glitter in it, which is very annoying. It doesn't really show up in the eye, which is good, but the matte shadows, you really have to build them up, and that's annoying to me. And I have very fair skin, so usually I don't have to build products. They show up pretty true to color on me. So if you have a tan skin tone, I can just imagine how many times you'd have to layer up these shadows to really get them to show up on you. The shimmers in here are incredible though. it does have that same feel as their highlighters, which are, you know, like have a lot of base pigment. They're very thick, have a gorgeous shine to them. So those shimmers are very, very beautiful. I really did like those a lot. And I'd be down to keep this palette if the mattes were better, but the shimmers are really nice. For the blush and bronzer, I actually did not like them. I again found that they needed to be built up a lot. I tried to use the bronzer as a shadow. It didn't work. Like, it didn't build up enough. The highlight I love, and I want to take the highlight out of here, but I actually am gonna try to sell this palette, and I of course don't want to take it out like that. But I do have the Beverly Hills highlighter, and I feel like I would rather have this one over that one, so I might want to switch them out. I don't know. We'll see what happens when I try to sell this. And what you have in here would be Star Island, Pillow Talk, Rodeo Drive, and Blissful. And I have these two, but not those two because they're too dark for me, but all those shades mixed together look super beautiful. The Ofra highlights would be the best product that they make, in my opinion. They're so nice, but this palette was definitely let down, and I know that these palettes in them are very, very expensive. I would say skip it and just buy Ofra highlights. Like, the shadows are too inconsistent. Again, the metallics are great, but the mattes are not good. So the reason that ranked higher than those lip products was because of the highlight and because of the shimmer shadows. So next we have the large grouping of products that are just fine for me. And I would be keeping all of these except for one product I'm going to return, and I'll talk about it as we go along. Next, I have the Persona lip liners. I got these a couple months ago when they were on sale for $10 for some reason. And for $10, I think they're totally worth it. So I got two shades. I got the more mauve-y, oh no, sorry. This is the tan color Almond, which this is actually a nice tan. It almost has like a slight bit of pink in it. It's not too warm brown, which I don't find to be flattering. This color actually does work for me. And then I have Dusk, which is the mauve color. And it is like a warmer mauve. Really pretty. So I really like the color of these lip liners. I love the packaging. I think it's very simple and cute. And these are very nice. They are a wooden pencil that you have to sharpen, but it is wooden, but I don't want to say that because it's not like a MAC lip liner where they're like super drying. These are very nice. They're not as creamy as ColourPop, which I think is good. I love that, but I know a lot of people think the ColourPop liners just slip around too much. These have a little bit more stick to them, a little bit more tack, which is good because they will stay in place. They'll help your lip color stay in place. So these are very nice. I'm happy to have them. It's just, you know, just a lip liner, so it's not as exciting as some of these other products, but I really, really do like these, and especially for the price that I got them at. Next, I have a concealer, and this is the Kylie Skin Concealer in the shade Pearl. I've used it a bunch. I don't know why I keep putting it back in the box. I actually got this as a free gift because they were trying to get rid of all the old Kylie stock. And I'm wearing two different concealers. Both of them are going to be in this video. This one I'm wearing under this eye, and I think that the color Pearl actually does work pretty well for me as a brightener because it does have more of like a pinky peach undertone, which is great because the next shade up that's more yellow tone, it's too dark for me. So this one does work well to bright. I feel like I do look actually brighter under this eye than I do this eye, at least in the viewfinder. This does give, I'd say, medium coverage, not even like a high medium, just medium. Lasts pretty well on the skin. This is something that I will use up. And I don't know if she's remaking this or not, but if so, I wouldn't repurchase it. I prefer fuller coverage concealers, but this does have just like a natural finish to it, not super matte, not super dewy. It is like a middle of the road concealer for me, but it was free. I like it well enough to use it up. Next, I have the MAC Glow Play Lip Balm in the shade Rouge Awakening. I got this from Look Fantastic, and this is a really bright orange. It's not a color I would normally pick. I actually chose a different shade, and they sent me this one instead, and that is okay because it definitely got me out of my comfort zone. But here is what it looks like. So not near as intense, but I have tried a lot of different MAC lip products, and a lot of them I don't like. There have been some formulas in the past, like if you guys have been with me for a really long time, y'all know the Sheen Supreme lipsticks were like my absolute favorite. And oh, these are not the same thing. Those have a lot more coverage. These are very comfortable though. They do give that beautiful wash of color. They do feel pretty hydrating on the lips. I've tried a lot of this type of product recently, and this is a formula that I really like. I actually like it so much that I did just buy 2 from Ulta with a 20% off coupon because I want to try some other shades, and I actually do like this formula. It doesn't blow me away as much as some of these other products, which is why it's still in this fine category, but I do like that a lot. Next is a product that I actually am going to return because of the colors, but the formula is so good. I really want to recommend these to you guys, and who knows, I might try out some different colors in the future. Definitely if they release more shades, I'd buy them. I don't know what it is about why I don't like these on me color-wise, but the formula is so good. So these are the newer Milani Color Fetish matte lipsticks. They have like a shiny lipstick line, and this is newer and this is matte. These are so good. They are like full coverage, and they have like a thin consistency. It's a little bit silicone-y, but not too much. I have I can't remember the name of it, but there's a MAC lipstick formula that's a little bit silicone-y, and I feel like sometimes that means the pigment can be uneven. This is like fully opaque pigment, but it doesn't feel too heavy. If you tried like the Maybelline matte lipsticks, to me those can feel a little cakey or heavy on me, especially if I'm reapplying. Not these, and these actually do set down. I was kissing Landon and barely got any transfer on him, which is great. So this is such a good formula, and I'm disappointed I don't like these shades on me. I'm like heavy and on. I want to play with them a little bit more. This one I wore in my video yesterday. This is the color Pleasure. It looks pinker in the bulb, but when you swatch it, it's actually more on the peach side. And I think this is something that would depend on my makeup look, but it's like a little light and a little too peachy for me. This is the pink one. This one is called Secret, and I left the packaging on in case I wanted to return them. And again, it is not as pink as it looks in the tube. It's like a little warmer, which is pretty. I actually think Persona Almond and Persona Dawn would go nicely with these. And then the other color is Tease, which is the warmest and the most brown of the 3. And there's what that looks like. These are very thin and lightweight feeling, but they do mostly dry down. They're very comfortable. This is like, I highly recommend this formula to you guys. It is so good. I just don't love those shades on me. Next I have another lip product. These are the Persona lip glosses. I had tried some in the past that had a bit of shimmer to them, and I didn't like that. I didn't like the way the shimmer felt to my lips, and it was the color Peach. I love the color so much. So I got these with 20% off coupons, but these are cream finish glosses. There is no shimmer in them whatsoever, which is great. And I got a warm tone shade Marrakesh and a cool tone or more pinky shade called Shortcake. And I love the packaging of Persona. I love how simple and sleek she keeps it. Like, it looks simple but not cheap. And oh shoot, I'm making a mess. I would say that these glosses have a medium opacity. They're not max coverage gloss, which is good. I actually don't like that. Like, the Anastasia glosses are just like too thick for me. Then we've got Shortcake. So this is Marrakesh and that is Shortcake. You can see they have a really pretty shine to them. They look really beautiful on the lips. They have like a slight tack to them, which is good, but they're not too sticky. The only issue I have with these is that they wear off pretty easily. The times when I've worn these in videos, I feel like by the end of the video, it's mostly worn off. So that's very annoying to me. I love the way that they feel. I love the colors, but I wish that they were just a little bit more long lasting. So for my next 3 products, these are fine because I didn't end up loving them as much as I thought that I would. They're still good, but I had really high expectations for them and they didn't quite meet that. The first would be this Laura Mercier blush palette. This was from last Christmas, and these have 3 permanent shades: Peach, Rosé, and Grapefruit. And these look very pretty, and this actually looks untouched. I was very light-handed when using my brush. They are very pigmented, but I feel like maybe it's because of the the pattern in here. I just didn't love the way they picked up on a brush. I think I got color on my skin. I think they blended nicely. They looked pretty, but I just thought I was going to love these and I didn't. So this actually might be something that I consider selling. Yeah, I actually think I will sell just because I thought I was gonna really love them and I didn't. This grapefruit shade, I liked it in the makeup look that I wore it in. That didn't make sense. But I don't think I need those shades. So actually, yeah, I think I just made that decision now. I think I'm gonna sell it. Just okay. Laura Mercier is a really expensive brand. I don't think necessarily need to spend the money on those blushes, but maybe if I bought the individual blushes, I would feel differently. Next is this Anastasia Summer Quad, came out a few years ago. And I think that the shimmers in here are very beautiful. I especially love this color. I believe it's Rose Quartz. But this matte shade Sandcastle I think is ugly. I don't like that has like a bit of like an olive undertone. And then this orangey shade Papaya is fine, but I don't love it. And I have a ton of warm mattes from Anastasia that I really love, and that one's just not my cup of tea. And I actually just wish this shade was replaced with something else. I don't feel like the undertone necessarily goes with the rest of them. I like the shimmers. Again, Rose Quartz is my favorite. So the performance is good. I just don't love all the shades, so that's why it's falling in this category. Next, I have something that I thought about returning, but I'm going to keep it. I got it for such a good price, and I purchased it a couple months ago at this point. This is the Benefeit Fourscope Earth Angel palette. I think I got this for like $28, $26, maybe, because I had a $10 off coupon, which is a great deal because I'm pretty sure that the bronzer and blush are full size. So it comes with my favorite Hoola bronzer, Cookie Highlight, which is great. And I really wanted to try this new blush, Honeymoon. And then Georgia was in here, which I've not tried. Georgia is crap. I piled so much of this on. I could barely see it at all. So this is a blush for me where I would just put it like on the apple of my cheeks, which I never do. But how is that going to work on anyone? Like literally, I was trying to pile and pile and pile it on. It did not show up. This blush though, I do think is very beautiful. It does have a pretty strong, like, floral perfume slash cleaning product scent to it, which I don't like. But the colors are pretty. I like these other three products in here. It was a good price. I think this would be a nice travel palette. So I'm going to keep it. But I was just, I don't know. Like, I love blush so much, and I honestly don't know what it is, where there are some blushes where I'm like absolutely obsessed, and other ones where I'm like, it's okay blush. I like that color, so I don't know why I'm not more excited about this. So then everything else I would say are products that I really enjoy. These next three are kind of teetering on that fine and favorite category, and I think it's just because I liked them more than I thought that I would. So this is a concealer that was given to me by my friend Jean. This is a NYX Born to Glow Radiant Concealer in the shade Alabaster. I'm wearing it under this eye today. The color is good for me, very light, more of a neutral leaning warm undertone. I don't like this kind of applicator. I'd rather it be a doe foot wand, but it works well enough. I just need to, oh, the stopper's coming out. That's fun. I just need to squeeze a little bit of this at a time. And this does give very nice solid medium coverage, and it does have a glow to it. I wanted to directly compare it to the Kylie, and again, similar coverage. This one has more of a glow, but it doesn't crease on me. I've been wanting to try like a little bit more of like less full coverage concealer that has a bit more natural glow, and I actually really enjoyed this one. It's a shame because the NYX Born to Glow line, I think all of the products are being discontinued, which stinks. So this is something that I will definitely pan. I wouldn't, you know, try to search online for it. It is fine. I like it more than I thought I would, but I'm also not like obsessed with it, but it's good. Next is something that I got as a free gift forever ago. I hadn't used it. This was in my unused makeup collection video, and this is the Erborian Extra Matte Primer. And if you are an oily girl and you've tried a bunch of matte primers, you know, like the consistencies can be all over the place. So this one is like a gel, and it is very thin, lightweight, it's smooth. It does feel pretty silicone-y. It is not quite as silicone-y as the Cover FX matte primer. I repurchased that for some dumb reason, but I don't think that actually is very mattifying. This is more mattifying than that, but this is not one of those thick, sticky primers that is gonna really lock your makeup in place, which is fine with me because I feel like with those, like the Becca Evermatte Makeup Forever Matte Primer, as my makeup would wear off, it will wear off very patchy and look bad. If my makeup's gonna come off, I would rather have it come off more evenly, but this is very nice. It does have a little bit of a floral scent to it, which I don't like. It's not too strong, but I wish it was just unscented. But this worked very well with other skincare products, other foundations. With some matte primers, they really don't mesh well with other products. This should go. There was one day where it balled up on me, and I think it was just the skincare I was using that day. But for the most part, this has worked very, very well for me. I really do enjoy this. I won't repurchase it when I use it up. Likely, who knows, I might change my opinion because it's gonna take me a long time to get there, but this is very, very good. I was really happy with that. Then I have another primer. I'm wearing this one today. I am surprised by this. This is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Perfector 4-in-1 Glow Makeup. I had a Zero Fair Light. This is a new product. It is a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Filter, which I've never tried. I will never pay the money for that. The Charlotte Tilbury has a doe foot applicator, and this has, because it's that Age Rewind line, that little foam spongy tip, which I don't love for application, but it works fine. I just twist up the product and dot it all over my face and apply this as a primer. And because it has a little bit of tint to it, you can see the tint on your skin. I would never wear this alone as like a tint and moisturizer, but it does give a little bit of tint to help like neutralize a bit. It does give a really beautiful glow to the skin that I am able to see through, and it doesn't make me too greasy. So this is not something I'd repurchase, but I do like the way that it made my makeup look, especially paired with one product I'm gonna mention a lot later. That would be the Fenty Eaze Drop Foundation. I'm wearing both of these today. These pair really nicely together because this doesn't have like max coverage. You are able to see the glow under it with this. So really do like this as well. So like I said, these products were all teetering on that like fine favorite category, but I like them more than I thought I would. Okay, I'm back. My camera overheated. The lighting is different. I'm sorry. I hate that that happens with this camera, but I talk too long. So the rest of these products are all favorites. At the bottom of the favorites would be the ColourPop Creme Gel Liners from the Cabana collection. You can buy these from Ulta. They are on sale right now if they're still in stock. And I actually should have mentioned these in my ranking for last month because I wore 2 of the 3 of them with the Liz McGuire palette, and then the blue one I wore this month. So the blue is Crystal Crush. This like peachy coral is At Sunset. The purple is Plum Smash. These are all metallic liners, and it was my first time trying ColourPop metallics. So I was a little nervous about this, just as pigmented and smooth as the matte shades. So I was super happy about that. So here are these 3 shades: the peachy coral, the purple, and the blue. The blue is probably my least favorite. I think there are other colors of blue that are a little bit prettier than this. It could have a little bit more green in it. So this one is fine, but I love these other 2. Like I said, I wore them with the Liz McGuire palette, and I loved the looks I made with that palette, but I think that these like really like added some extra oomph, and I love them. I especially love this peachy coral color because it's so unique, and I don't think it made me look sick or anything. This is my favorite pencil liner formula. You have to be careful when you use these. You can only twist up a little bit at a time. These are only good for the waterline and lower lash line. If you twist up too much, they're going to break. If you try to apply them on your upper lash line, if you have eyelids that are a little skippy, these are going to break. I feel like the shimmer formula is a little smoother than the matte, but so many people hate these and they will come apart from the base. I don't care about that because I just twist up a little bit and I don't have any issues with it. If it falls out, I put it back in. Like, I just know how to use these, and I love them so much. I know there are a lot of flaws to them. I feel like I want to do a video on like products that are misunderstood, and this is the reason. I love those so much. Next, I tried a new liner formula to me. This is the Persona 24-Hour Waterproof Eye Pencil in the shade Bronze. I'm wearing this on my lower lash line today, and I have it swatched here. I love the color of this. The color did not disappoint because it is like a warm coppery bronze color, which is perfect for me. You guys know I love my Maybelline copper liner, but that's definitely like brighter, more orange. And this is like a warm bronze color, which is so perfect for me if I'm wanting to add that little bit of like darkness, smokiness to my lower lash line, which I don't tend to apply too much product here, but what I like to do is my waterline and then just like the outer part of my lower lash line I think is most flattering for my eye shape. This is good. You do have time to smudge this out. And I actually thought like, oh, this isn't really waterproof. But yesterday I wore my makeup with my contacts in, and my eyes get like really dry. With my contacts in for several hours for my niece's birthday party, this did not smudge or transfer on me. It stayed in place very well. So I was really, really impressed by that. I think there are like 4 colors in this line. I don't need to buy any others, but I really love this one. So I'm very, very happy that I picked that up, and I think I'm gonna get a lot of use out of that in the summer and fall specifically. Okay, next we have the Kaleidos and Angelica Nyqvist Club Nebula palette. I pronounce this brand differently every time I talk about it. Kaleidos, I don't know which one. And I created 4 looks with this palette. I actually recreated all 4 of Angie's looks, and they all are very pretty, a little bit out of my comfort zone. Like that blue green look was really intense for me. And then even that more cool tone look I didn't love it as much in person, but on camera it was very beautiful. My favorite look, of course, was the peachy look, but this is ranking where it is because of the colors aren't super me, but the formula of this palette was so good. The mattes were very pigmented. They blended nicely, like really well. They built up really nice. Some of these colors are very dark on the end, which I was really afraid of. They worked super well for me, which I was really, really surprised by. I usually have a hard time blending those colors. They can look a little bit muddy on me. And then these shimmers in here, what's happening to me? The shimmers in here transform really well, and there were a couple shades that I wore in 2 different looks, and really depending on the other colors you pair with it, the shade is going to pull a little bit different because they all have like a duochrome shift to them or some different color shift that will show up depending on the other shades you pair with it, which was so special. And I think in one of Angie's videos, she paired like the shimmer blue over like a dark blue matte, which I did as well. And it showed up really well, really differently. I was just so impressed by like the way that those shades were able to transform. They performed super well. It made me want to try more Kaleidos palettes, and they don't have too many. They did discontinue some. So I'm a crazy person. I'm thinking, oh, at Black Friday, I might as well just get the rest of them. That's sick, right? But this was very good. Like I said, the only reason it's ranking where it is because a lot of those bright looks, while I thought they were like very fun, are not very me. This is very me, a little bit more boring. But that peach look is the reason I bought that palette, and it's obsessed. I love it so much. Next, we have some things from Illamasqua that I got from Look Fantastic. I did film a video on like a glam birthday makeup look. I will link that in the cards. And this first one is the Illamasqua Hydro Lip Tint. This is in the shade Mocktail. I bought this, or I picked this because Khaki had raved about this formula in the more like cool tone shade, which I definitely want to get in the future, but this one seemed very me. So it is like a pinky coral color, but it is a peach lipstick with a like burgundy strip down the middle. But let me just get a good mixture here. When you apply it and, you know, mix it up Mickey, it looks like a pinky coral color. I really like this. It is a thinner formula and a little like creamier, a little less like tacky than the MAC. Super smooth. It's not the most long lasting, but this will be a super easy like throw on lip color. Something I would definitely keep in my purse. I really, really like this, and I definitely am tempted to get the other shades. And even though this is like larger packaging, it does fit in my little lipstick organizer, thank God. Because like I have one Natasha Denona lipstick and it's so irritating to me that it doesn't fit. So anyway, I really like this formula. Would love to pick up some other shades. Next, also because of Khaki, I got the Illamasqua Iconic Chrome Pigment Paint, and this is in the shade Alluring. Now Khaki got most of these, and she said that they don't all perform the same, and this shade Alluring is like a rose gold, which I'm very happy about because you guys know I love the Tarte Chrome Paint Shadow Pots. I don't have a rose gold in there. And then I have the Hourglass shadows. I have one slightly similar, but it's warmer tone than this. And it doesn't have quite as much base pigment as this one does. Look at that. It's very pigmented, but so reflective. I love that shade on the lid. I wore that and the lipstick to a bridal shower and it just wore beautifully. It looks so pretty. It's so brightening on the lid. I do want to try more shades, but I definitely want to check out Kaki's video to see which one she recommends. But this is very good. You guys know I love shadows like this, but I'm happy that this is a different color, so it just fits perfectly in my collection. It's really beautiful, slightly like warmer tone rose gold. Next we have my top 3 products, which I love so much, and this next one was also in that video with the Illamasqua products, and this is the Sigma Glowkissed highlight palette. And I actually had a wish list on my phone of, if Look Fantastic reached out to me again, what things do I want to get? All 3 of those things were on there. So when they did, I was like, yes, those things are still on the website. They're still in stock. This was the #1 thing I wanted. And when this came out with the Ambient Eyeshadow palette, I was like, that is so stunning. I would love to try it. But as someone with a fair skin tone, buying a highlight palette is kind of a waste of money. But it's not with this. So in this palette, these 2 shades I can wear on their own. This one and this one, maybe it just depends. But those 2 are definitely very dark for me. But this works very well if I mix these shades. So today I mixed this one and this one, I think. But these all have different undertones to them. I did swatch them in that video that I will link. I'm kind of in a rush, so I'm a little bit done with my swatching, but this is so nice. The colors work really well together. This is a very metallic highlight. I know a lot of people are into that more natural highlight. Not for me. I love this metallic highlighted look. I don't think it emphasizes texture too badly. It does have some nice base pigment to it. It has a nice sheen. It is not glittery at all. I love this packaging because it's very skinny. This is so good. This formula is incredible. Highly, highly recommend this palette. I really say for anyone, but especially if you have a tan skin tone, you can get away with all these shades. And even if you're light like me, mixing was great. And you can see they all have a different undertone to them. Again, I have a good warm, like champagne and then like a pinky mixer to go with the rest of them. So, so pretty. I absolutely love that. I'm so glad I got it. Next is what I'm wearing on my eyes today, and this is the Sigma Rendezvous eyeshadow palette. This was from holiday of last year, but I think this is still available on Nordstrom. When I filmed my Sephora favorites like try on video, I was able to find this online and I linked it. So I will link it here as well. Hopefully it's still available. I haven't checked. But this is a really good palette. I love it. You have 4 shimmers and 2 mattes, which is the perfect ratio for me. And I just use Anastasia Birkin as my transition color. And then with all of the looks, I use Tryst in the crease and a bootleg in the outer corner. These are gorgeous warm tone shades that aren't too orangey. I love them. And then you got these 4 shimmers. So you have like a deeper color. I wore this one yesterday. It was very pretty. It does have like copper reflect in it, so it doesn't look too cool or too dark or muddy. That's what I'm wearing today. It's a copper, gold, and then like a pinky champagne color. These are so good. The mattes are pigmented. They blend very nicely. These shimmers have a lot of shine to them. They're very smooth. Some of them actually felt like a little bit wet when I was applying them. These lighter 2 shades. I love this. I'm so happy I have it. I'm bummed that it was limited edition. I think the shades are similar to the Ambiance palette though, but I don't think there's any dupes. So happy to have this. I'm glad I finally used it. I love it. Then my #1 product, you probably won't be surprised because I showed it earlier in the video. This is the Fenty Beauty Eaze Drop Skin Tint. I had the shade #3, and I want to thank my friend Jean so much for sending this to me. I never would have bought this. I think that Fenty is an incredible brand. I love what they have done for the makeup industry as a whole by making all those shades. It really challenged other brands to step up, and I love that. But in general, I'm not super drawn to her products. And I didn't plan on getting this because a skin tint, who's that? I don't want anything to do with that. I'm a full coverage girl, as you know. And I have heard so many mixed opinions. People either really love this or really hate this. And there's some people that have all different skin types too. So it's all over the place. This really worked for me. So I did use this with the, what brand was that? I did use it with the Erborian matte primer with the Maybelline glowy primer. That's what I'm wearing today. Worked well with both of them. And I have very oily skin. This does a nice job of staying like, I'm able to say like mostly matte throughout the day. Of course I do powder settings, right? And I haven't really been wearing makeup for a full day in a while. I did wear this yesterday and I was out for a while, so I did really like it. This does give like a light medium coverage. Like I said, over top of that Maybelline, because it gives a little bit of color, I liked it. But this is something where I feel like I like to apply with a sponge. I apply most foundations with a sponge, but you can't work in it too much, or for me, sometimes it would pick up on itself or leave like little sponge marks. So I really kind of like pack it on, like press it in to apply it, and then I don't fool with it much more. And I didn't have too much issue. Sometimes when I was applying concealer, I felt like the foundation underneath picked up, or maybe it was just because the concealer had more coverage than the foundation, but I actually really like this. Has this made me want to go try a bunch of other skin tints? No, and I'm glad, because I don't need to do that because I will waste my money, but I like this. And again, with the way that I apply the rest of my face makeup, it doesn't look like I'm wearing a skin tint. Like, it looks like I'm wearing a foundation. I'm very impressed. I really like this. Probably won't repurchase because it takes me so long to get through foundations, and I actually like prefer just trying new things. But this might be in my yearly favorites. I really enjoyed this. I didn't have the highest of hopes for it. The color is good for me too. I thought it was gonna be a little dark, but once again, I applied concealer powder. I think it works really well for me. So impressed by this with how it looks on my skin and how it wears. I know some people said this accentuated dryness and texture. I didn't really have that issue. This just looked really pretty. So I was super surprised by that and very happy. So guys, this was a very long video, but I am impressed with myself with the time that I reviewed 25 products in, because I'm very chatty and I try to be very thorough. But a couple things in here I didn't like. Several things I will be returning because they're okay. I don't want to have too many products in my collection that are just okay, but a lot of things in here that I really love. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I would love to hear your thoughts on these products in the comments down below. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.